Hello Quizheads, welcome to edition number 171 of Takeaway Trivia, your pub quiz in a podcast. I'm Leon, your quizmaster from Hereford UK, bringing you another 4 rounds of pub quiz style trivia for you to play however you like. A quick peek behind the scenes, I am recording this very last minute, incredibly late on Sunday night, early Monday morning here in the UK. I've just had a mad weekend really, school fates, bit of radio work, I went to a soapbox derby, met up with some friends, and of course I had to watch Elton John at Glastonbury and watch loads of Glastonbury while I was at it, which has been awesome this year. The lightning seeds were superb, check them out on BBC iPlayer if you've got access to that. Khalees was also amazing and absolutely full of love for Lewis Capaldi as well. But because it's last thing, let's get cracking. Now my inbox was pretty busy this week, loads of hellos, so I'll get through them as quick as I can before we start the quiz. And I've got to say apologies, there's a few of these went to spam in my inbox and on Twitter and that, so I did miss a few of these for a few weeks, so sorry if some of these are a bit late. But firstly, hello to Holly Bourne, who's been listening since lockdown. Thank you, Holly. We're currently listening to last week's edition in Gran Canaria, taking a break from work in our bar in Tenerife, the 60s bar. So if you're ever out in Tenerife and fancy a pint, go and grab one at the 60s bar. Thank you, Holly and Eddie. Maddie Beaumont says, hi Leon, me and my boyfriend Ross listen to the quiz on our walk to university each Monday. We always say it's good practice for the pub quiz we go to in Jesmond on a Monday night. Please give Ross a shout out, it will make his day. That's from Maddie. Maddie, thank you for tuning in. Ross, hello. Meanwhile, Holly Cook says, me and Sam listen to your podcast every week to warm up for our quiz night at our local pub on Thursday with our team Mystery Inc. Who's Scooby? Who's Velma? Who's Daphne? That's what I want to know. It's his birthday, Tuesday the 27th of June, and would love a shout out. Sam, happy birthday, have a great one. Holly, thank you for getting in touch. Ian Skeet's been on saying, hi, I'm sure a ton of people have contacted you. Steve Irwin was famous, not infamous, which implies he was evil or hated, and that he did terrible things. A quick apology is in order before you lose your legion of Australian fans. Yeah, so last week on the podcast, I asked a question about Steve Irwin. I described him as infamous. I didn't mean it that strongly. In my head, infamous doesn't mean hated or evil. It just means you do things differently. You're a bit of a maverick, you know, which he was, to be fair. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. That's why we loved him and why the guy was an absolute legend. So no, I didn't mean hated or evil at all. Steve Irwin is a legend. Let me make that clear. Thank you, Ian. Hello to Andrew, who says, could I please give a shout out back to my fellow sauna enthusiast and son Thomas? It was a lovely surprise to hear my nickname read out last week on your quiz, and I would like to respond with Thomas's nickname. So last week in the hellos, I said hello to Pigman, who liked to have a sauna and listen to the podcast while he was in his sauna. So Pigman, hello, thank you for getting in touch. He says, I'd like to respond with Tom's nickname and a trivia question for you. His nickname in Latin is Porcellus. What's that in English, please? Now, I had to do Latin because I was in, and I'm not boasting, but I was in Set 1 for English in high school, and they made everyone in Set 1 do Latin. And for every single year that I had to do it, I resented it. I didn't enjoy it one bit. But I do know that Porcellus is piglet. Finally, after all these years, my Latin has come in useful. Hurrah! Thank you, Andrew. Pigman, good to hear from you. There seems to be a lot of people called Sam that listen to this quiz. Amy Greer says, hello, could you please give a shout out to my boyfriend Sam? He's always a great sport when he loses to me every week. Oh, bless, bad luck. One of these days he will beat me, that's the spirit. Maybe you could give him a head start by including a question or two on Australian football, as he loves the St Kilda Saints. That's from Amy in Melbourne. Amy Greer, hello. Sam, hello to you. Next up, it's Ben, Dan and Chew, who say, we take part in your quiz every week in the van driving to jobs around England. We fit kitchen appliances. There's 3 of us, and it was Dan's birthday on Monday, which we partly spent partaking in your quiz. Any chance for a shout out? It would mean the world. Ben, Dan and Chew, drive safe. Thank you for listening. Good stuff. Hello again to Chris, who messaged all the way back in 2021 and has been back this week just to say, still look forward to listening to your quizzes on drives through England and Northern Ireland. Can you give a big birthday shout out to Carly this week? We might even be listening to the quiz in the hot tub as opposed to the car for the once. Why don't you go all the way and join Pigman in the sauna while you're at it? Chris, good to hear from you again. Carly, happy birthday. Lizzie on Twitter says, hey Leon, my boyfriend and I always listening to your trivia podcast every time we drive. We are trivia mad, and we are from Sutherland Shire, Sydney, Australia. That's from Connor and Lizzie. Thank you both for getting in touch. Gabriel says, hi there, love the quizzes on our long car journeys to the countryside. Please could you shout out my good friend Martha Hall this week for her 24th birthday. She loves playing and getting one over on her boyfriend. She'll be quizzing all day. That's Gabriel Brown. Hello to Martha Hall. Happy birthday. Apologies if I get your surname wrong, Paul, but Paul Gigabass has been in touch saying, been listening since COVID. Can you say hello to all the Giga, plus Harley and Otto, who are the dogs of the family? I've had a lot of pictures of dogs from listeners lately, which is lovely, because I do like dogs. I've always fancied to have a little West Highland Terrier, because I think they're awesome. They're really cute. Unfortunately, though, I'm allergic to dogs, so I can't. Such a shame. Boo. Finally, just time for one more, and this is a big one. Sav says, hi Leon. My soon-to-be wife, Carrie, and I love your podcasts, and we will always listen to them when travelling. We are getting married on the 1st of July and will be travelling on our honeymoon to Jamaica on Monday the 3rd. I would love to surprise her with a shout out on an upcoming podcast, which we will be listening to on our way to the airport. It would add an extra special something to an amazing week in our lives. That's from Sav. So Sav and Carrie, congratulations, what awesome news. I hope Jamaica is the start of many, many memories as husband and wife. Congratulations, and thank you for listening. Good luck. All right then, that is a lot of hellos we've got through today. So I think it's time to ask some questions. Coming up, we've got the final fling. I'll be doing a round of food and drink. We have an entertainment round, but let's start with general knowledge. Good luck. Question number 1. In round 1 this week, what type of animal is Indiana Jones scared of? Number 1. What type of animal is Indiana Jones scared of? Number 2. Kitten, wedge and stiletto are all types of what? Question number 2. Kitten, wedge and stiletto are all types of what? Number 3. Piaf's flying changes and pirouettes are features of which Olympic event? Number 3. Piaf's flying changes and pirouettes are features of which Olympic event? Number 4. How many days of rain are said to follow if it rains on St. Swithin's Day? Question number 4. If it rains on St. Swithin's Day, how many days of rain are said to follow? Number 5. Which country hosted the last FIFA World Cup of the 20th century? Question number 5. Which country hosted the last men's FIFA World Cup of the 20th century? Number 6. Dermatology is the study of the human what? Number 6. Dermatology is the study of the human what? Number 7. What is the name of the bell rang at Lloyd's when a ship is lost at sea? Lloyd's is a famous insurer based in London, and traditionally they ring a bell when a ship is lost at sea. What is the name of that bell? Number 8. In France, names of motorways begin with which letter of the alphabet? Question number 8. In France, names of motorways begin with which letter of the alphabet? Number 9. At which English tourist attraction would you find the Aubrey Holes? Question 9. At which English tourist attraction would you find the Aubrey Holes? And number 10. In batik or batik, what is painted onto fabric along with dye? So number 10. In batik, what is painted onto fabric along with dye? That's your 10 questions for starters. Some tricky ones this week. I reckon they're almost final fling worthy, some of them. But I've got to keep you on your toes, haven't I? We will find out the answers to those after round number 2. In round number 2, we move on to entertainment. 10 questions, all about films, movies and television. No, hang on. Films and movies. Films, music and television. Question number 1. In which Californian city was Terminator set? Question number 1. In which Californian city was Terminator set? Number 2. FBI agent Peter Sutherland protects Rose Larkin in which Netflix series? Number 2. FBI agent Peter Sutherland protects Rose Larkin in which Netflix series? Number 3. In which decade was Noel Gallagher born? Question number 3. In which decade was Noel Gallagher off of Oasis born? Number 4. Who directed the war film 1917? Question number 4. Who directed the war film 1917? Question number 5. Michael McIntyre hosts which circular game show? Question number 5. Michael McIntyre hosts which circular game show? Number 6. Which artist released 3 prison-themed albums called Trouble, Convicted and Freedom throughout the 2000s? Number 6. Which artist released 3 prison-themed albums called Trouble, Convicted and Freedom throughout the 2000s? Number 7. What song do Wayne and Garth famously sing along to in the car in Wayne's World? Number 7. What song do Wayne and Garth famously sing along to in the car in Wayne's World? Excellent. Number 8. Walk Like an Egyptian was a hit song for which group in 1986? Question number 8. The song Walk Like an Egyptian was a hit song for which group in 1986? Number 9. Which actor provides the voice of Joe in Pixar's Soul? Number 9. Which actor provides the voice of Joe in Pixar's Soul? And number 10. Name the star of Indiana Jones' Dial of Destiny who also wrote and starred in the TV show Fleabag. Number 10. Name the star of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny who also wrote and starred in Fleabag. That's your 10 questions on entertainment. Let's go back and see how you did for general knowledge. Number 1. What type of animal is Indiana Jones scared of? Snakes. I don't blame him, to be honest. Number 2. Kitten, spool, wedge and stiletto are all types of what? Heels. Number 3. Piafs, flying changes and pirouettes are all features of which Olympic event? Dressage. Number 4. How many days of rain are said to follow if it rains on St. Swithin's Day? 40 days of rain. Number 5. Which country hosted the last FIFA World Cup of the 20th century? France. Number 6. Dermatology is the study of the human what? The human skin. Number 7. What is the name of the bell rang at Lloyd's Insurers when a ship is lost at sea? It's the lutein bell. Number 8. In France, names of motorways begin with which letter of the alphabet? A. Number 9. At which English tourist attraction would you find the Aubrey Holes? They're found at Stonehenge. And number 10. In batik, what is painted onto fabric along with dye? Wax. That's your 10 answers to general knowledge. Hope it's a strong start for you. We move on to round number 3. With the entertainment round finished, it's time to move on to the next round. And I don't know about you, but after a good bit of entertainment, I like some nice food and drink. So here's 10 questions all about food and drink. Question number 1. What is the Italian name for squid in a restaurant? Number 1. What is the Italian name for squid in a restaurant? Number 2. A strudel is traditionally filled with which fruit? Question number 2. A strudel is traditionally filled with which fruit? Number 3. Which spirit forms the base of the drink Pimm's? Question number 3. Which spirit forms the base of the drink Pimm's? Number 4. Which Japanese dish is made from rice, seaweed, and raw fish? Number 4. Which Japanese dish is made from rice, seaweed, and raw fish? Number 5. How many herbs and spices are used in KFC's secret recipe? Question number 5. How many herbs and spices are used in Kentucky Fried Chicken's secret recipe? Number 6. What drink was the first American consumer product manufactured and sold legally in Russia? Number 6. What drink was the first American consumer product to be manufactured and sold legally in Russia? I'm not great with Russian history. I'm thinking it might have been called the Soviet Union back then. It was around 1972. Number 7. Other than tomatoes and onions, what is the main vegetable used in moussaka? Number 7. Other than tomatoes and onions, what is the main vegetable used in moussaka? Number 8. What type of food is gravlax? Question number 8. What type of food is gravlax? Number 9. Gluten is found in which cereal grain? Question number 9. Gluten is found in which cereal grain? And finally, question number 10. Which odd combination was the signature dish of the 11th Doctor in Doctor Who? Question number 10. Which odd combination was the signature dish of the 11th Doctor in Doctor Who? And that's it. 10 questions about food or drink done. Feel free to pause the podcast if you're still thinking about some of the answers. But let's go back and check out the entertainment round. Number 1. In which Californian city was the Terminator set? Los Angeles. Number 2. FBI agent Peter Sutherland protects Rose Larkin in which Netflix series? The Night Agent. I really enjoyed that show. Hopefully there's a second batch on the way. Number 3. In which decade was Noel Gallagher born? Off of Oasis, the 1960s. Number 4. Who directed the film 1917? That was Sam Mendes. Number 5. Michael McIntyre hosts which circular game show? The Wheel. Number 6. Which artist released 3 prison-themed albums called Trouble, Convicted and Freedom throughout the 2000s? That was Akon. Number 7. What song do Wayne and Garth famously sing along to in Wayne's World? Bohemian Rhapsody, of course they do. Number 8. Walk Like an Egyptian was a hit song for which group in 1986? The Bangles. Number 9. Which actor provides the voice of Joe in Pixar's Soul? Jamie Foxx. And number 10. Name the star of Dial of Destiny who wrote and starred in Fleabag? Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I think she also wrote some of the script to No Time to Die as well. The answers to entertainment done. Back to food and drink already. What were the answers there? Number 1. What is the Italian name for squid in a restaurant? Calamari. Number 2. A strudel is traditionally filled with which fruit? Apple. 3. Which spirit forms the base of the drink Pimm's? It's gin. Number 4. Which Japanese dish is made from rice, seaweed and raw fish? Sushi. And number 5. How many herbs and spices are used in KFC's secret recipe? 11 herbs and spices. Let's salute Colonel Sanders while we're at it. Do you know what? Actually, not massive. Well, I do like KFC. But it's the Zinger Tower for me. That's my favourite. Oh, back in my old days at uni in Cheltenham, Used to end up in KFC and have a Zinger Tower burger to finish the night. Very nice. Question number 6. What drink was the first American consumer product manufactured and sold legally in Russia? It was Pepsi. Number 7. Other than tomatoes and onions, what is the main vegetable used in moussaka? It's aubergine or eggplant. Number 8. What type of food is gravlax? It's fish. Number 9. Gluten is found in which cereal grain? Wheat. And number 10. Which odd combination was the signature dish of the 11th Doctor in Doctor Who? Fish fingers and custard. Yummy, yummy. Anyway, there you go. That's your 10 answers to the food and drink round. The answers to entertainment done as well. I think all that's left is to begin the final fling. And we continue on to the final fling now, the last round of takeaway trivia this week. 15 questions that are slightly trickier than the rest. Question number 1. The Ptolemies were the ancient rulers of which country? Question number 1. The Ptolemies were the ancient rulers of which country? Question number 2. Uxoricide is the killing of who? So question number 2. If you committed uxoricide, who had you killed? I'll spell it for you. U-X-O-R-I-C-I-D-E. Uxoricide. Question number 3. The city of Zurich lies on which river? Question number 3. The city of Zurich lies on which river? Number 4. Who was the first US president to appear on colour television? Question number 4. Who was the first US president to appear on colour television? Question number 5. Guadalupe Island in the Pacific Ocean belongs to which country? Question number 5. Guadalupe Island in the Pacific Ocean belongs to which country? Number 6. Once again, we come to a question where I have to pronounce some French. I'm terrible at French. It's spelt dent, D-E-N-T. I'm guessing the pronunciation is something like Dante or dente. But dent is French for which part of the body? D-E-N-T. Number 6, dent, dente, dent. It's French for which part of the body? D-E-N-T. And number 7, which video game series follows the adventures of Sackboy? Question number 7, which video game series follows the adventures of Sackboy? Question number 8. The Perry Bar Stadium in Birmingham in England holds what type of races? Question number 8. The Perry Bar Stadium in Birmingham, England holds what type of races? Number 9. The Bridal Veil Waterfall is found in which US national park? Question number 9. The Bridal Veil Waterfall is found in which US national park? Number 10. In The Simpsons, who was the founder of Springfield? Question number 10. In The Simpsons, who was the founder of Springfield? Number 11. What is the three-dimensional shape with 12 plane faces called? So question number 11. What is a three-dimensional shape with 12 faces called? Number 12. What was the basic currency of Greece before the euro? Question number 12. What was the basic currency of Greece before the euro? Question number 13. Sebastiano Carezzo is credited with inventing which Spanish dance in 1780? Question number 13. Sebastiano Carrezo is credited with inventing which Spanish dance in 1780? Number 14. Which European country's national anthem has 158 verses? Question number 14. Which European country's national anthem has 158 verses? And number 15. In which year was the tragic Lockerbie air disaster? Number 15. In which year was the tragic Lockerbie air disaster? There you go, that's your 15 questions on the final fling. If you'd like to pause while you finalise those answers, please feel free. Otherwise, let's find out what they were. The answers then to the final fling this week. Number 1, the Ptolemies were the ancient rulers of which country? Egypt. Question number 2, oxycide is the killing of whom? It's your wife. Number 3, the city of Zurich lies on which river? The River Limmat. Number 4, who was the first US president to appear on colour television? Dwight D. Eisenhower. Number 5, Guadalupe Island in the Pacific Ocean belongs to which country? Mexico. Number 6, dent is French for which part of the body? Tooth, as in dentist. Number 7, which video game series follows the adventures of Sackboy? Little Big Planet. Number 8, the Perry Barr Stadium in Birmingham, England holds what type of races? Greyhound races. That's where you get Santa's little helper. Number 9, the Bridal Veil waterfall is found in which US national park? Yosemite. I always pronounced that as Yosemite as a kid. I never put 2 and 2 together with Yosemite Sam, and that's how you actually pronounced it. At number 10, in The Simpsons, who was the founder of Springfield? Jebediah Springfield. And he embiggens us all to this day. At number 11, what is a three-dimensional shape with 12 faces called? 12 plane faces. It's a dodecahedron. Number 12, what is the basic currency of Greece, or what was the basic currency of Greece before the euro? The drachma. Number 13, Sebastiano Carrezo is credited with inventing which Spanish dance in 1780? The bolero. Number 14, which European country's national anthem has 158 verses? We've already mentioned it this quiz. Greece. And number 15, in which year was the tragic Lockerbie air disaster? 1988. And that's that. That is the final fling answers done. And that's this week's edition of Takeaway Trivia complete. Thank you for playing. Thank you for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure to be your quizmaster as usual. I'll leave you with one final tat fact. Did you know that the birthday paradox says that in a group of just 23 people, there's a 50% chance that at least 2 will have the same birthday? Have a great week, have a safe week, and we'll quiz again soon. Take care. Hope you enjoyed playing this week's Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts. So please subscribe, rate and review to help this podcast grow. Also, if there's anything you'd like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Twitter at BarWars. Speak to you soon. The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incomputech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.